What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another video. So yesterday Juventus played Torino in a Derby della Mole on a Tuesday, which is obviously very unusual, and it was a crazy match to say the least. I mean, I did not expect this kind of match from a Derby della Mole. Obviously, if you remember, last match against Torino was a 1-0 win, and we won with a Vlahovic winner at around the 70th something minute. That was back in October, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, I was not expecting this match whatsoever. So obviously the match started and Torino took the lead immediately in the second minute. It was bad marking of a corner, which obviously happens in football, but it's just a bit worrying when it's happening in the opening minutes, because you would think that in the first minutes you'd be the most concentrated you would be the entire match, and this was not the case for this goal. I mean, they just let Karamo score an easy goal, despite the fact that you might call me crazy, but I feel like Szczesny could have done a bit better on that goal. Regardless, there we were, 1-0 Torino. It didn't take long for we to equalize with Quadrado. It was a bit of a messy goal, but then Quadrado scored yet another derby goal. It seems like Quadrado is made for these derbies. He almost always scores in them, but we did concede yet another goal from Sanabria on the 43rd minute. Again, simply bad defense from Juventus, particularly from Bremer, but you know, it is what it is. Those goals happen, but again, it feels like these two goals that we conceded were a bit avoidable, to be honest. But we did not go into the break losing, because Danilo scored from a Di Maria cross on a corner, and there it was 2-2. Then the second half, we had Chiesa returning after a few matches, and also the most anticipated player to return did indeed return, and that was Paul Pogba. It was actually his first professional match in around 300 and something days, which is actually crazy. I think it's like 315, because if you do remember when he was at Manchester United, he picked up that injury against Liverpool. I think it was around March, April time, so that means he basically hasn't played professionally since then, which is crazy. So after 10-11 months after his last professional game, he finally has returned onto the pitch, this time with Juventus, and in fact this was the first time in pretty much 7 years that he has played for Juventus, so everyone was happy when he came on, and to be honest, he did impress for the few minutes that he did play. He did show signs of his former self, and the subs really worked out, because Chiesa got an assist off a corner. He was given the ball pretty much at the edge of the penalty area when he crossed the ball, and then Bremer scored. This must have been heartbreaking for Torino fans. I mean, Bremer scoring against Torino was pretty much written, I guess. And then to end off the game, Rabiot scored off a Kostic cross. It was a bit of a weird one, you know, Pogba went for that, then it went in between Bremer's legs, and then Rabiot scored. I wasn't too sure whether or not this goal was given. I didn't celebrate it that much when it first happened, because it seemed like someone would have been offside, and they did check it for around 2 to 3 minutes, but then the goal was allowed. So there we were, 4-2 Juventus, and a really crazy game. When you look at the standings, we're in 7th place, tied with Bologna with 35 points, and we have Atalanta 6 points away in 6th place. If I'm not mistaken, this is the Conference League spot. We have Roma 9 points away in the Europa League group stage spot, and we also have Lazio 10 points away in the Champions League spot. Now, in my opinion, it is a bit hard to reach the Champions League spots, because 10 points is a bit too much, especially this late on in the season. Sure, there are 14 games still to be played, but Lazio, Roma, and Atalanta will all have to play horrendously in order for us to get into that top 4 spot. So I do still see it as a bit hard to get into those Champions League spots, but if we do continue to play like we have been, it can still be possible. Regardless, let me know your thoughts about this match in the comments down below. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to like, share, subscribe, more of this kind of content. I'll see you in the next one.